Thank you. I'm Chris Mitchum. I'm running for Congress in the 24th Congressional District, which is all of Santa Barbara and San Luis Obispo counties, and about 800 votes in a little sliver going down to Ventura. I'll give you a little bio background, then when we do our meet and greetings, we can talk politics. I was born and raised in Los Angeles. I was married for 32 years, have 4 children, 5 grandchildren. I got into the film, little college, 4 years at the University of Pennsylvania, 1 year junior year abroad at Trinity College in Dublin. I did 1 year of master's works at the University of Arizona. I have a BA in literature, and I was in the film industry for 34 years. The first 2 were in production. I started out as a gopher, which is go for a cup of coffee, and ended up co-producing. Then I got hired out of the office to do acting. Like I said, 32 years as an actor, 14 different countries, starred in about 60 films. In this country, starred with such people as John Wayne, Charlton Heston. I was basically blackballed in the United States for starting with John Wayne. So I moved to Spain for 3 years, lived there, and that's what started my international career. I ended up working in 14 different countries. I now have several small businesses, and I'll give you a little political background. My father was, well, first of all, you have to understand the political spectrum. The political spectrum is way over here on the left. You have total government, which is kings, dictators, socialism, fascism, Obama. And way over there on the right, you have a philosophical anarchist. And a philosophical anarchist believes that they are that mankind can be self-governing, that they are inherently good, and given a little bit of instruction, they don't need any government at all. And that's kind of where my father was. The first vote I ever cast was 1964 for Senator Barry Goldwater for president, and I'm sure my father thought that was a move to the left. I kind of grounded my politics right there. My first real political experience was, as I said, I started in 2 films with John Wayne back to back, and this was during the height of the Vietnam War, and any new actor coming up who started with John Wayne at that period was blackballed. Kim Darby, myself, and a few others. So my career hit a wall. I moved to Spain and started a kind of second city career for the next 30 years. In the 80s, I was asked by Charlton Heston if I would run for office at the Screen Actors Guild. Ed Asner was president of the Guild, and he was using his seat at the Guild to further the communist Sandinistas, and Chuck took some exception to that. 14 of us got elected. We're outnumbered 3-1. We managed to quiet Ed, and he did not run for re-election. I was national first vice president of the Guild, and we were going to looking at doing a strike in 1988, and I was also national strike chairman, which is kind of odd for a Republican. 1998, Bill Leonard, who was head of the Republican Assembly, called me up and he said, "We've been watching your letter writing and think you'd be a good candidate. Would you please run for state assembly?" So in February '98, I announced that I was running. We had 32% registration. I raised $1 million, which I think is still a state record for an assembly seat, in 8 months, and we finished with 46.6% of the vote. So it was a good shot. This time I'm running because my country called me, and I think that's my 5 minutes. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris.